Hey guys, this message is for my Taurus, the bull. Taurus, what's up? It is December 28th, but of course, when you see this, it's when you're meant to see it. Some of you it'll resonate with, some of you may not. Take what does apply and let the rest fly. If you guys hear my TV on in the background, I do have the Browns and Jets game on. So I try to keep it down a little bit to where I can see it's getting ready to start. But let's get into your reading, Taurus. What I was picking up on is a struggle with healing certain aspects within yourself. You could be struggling setting boundaries. You could be struggling taking having faith, taking a new beginning. You could also be struggling, and a lot of that has to deal with self-worth, struggling with knowing your worth, feeling good within yourself, you know. And that could be due to lack of focusing on self-nurturing and lack of and having boundaries with people and individuals. Lacking these boundaries keep you stuck, maybe dealing with a certain person or people you've dealt with, that you've dated, family and friends. You lacked setting boundaries and sticking to those boundaries, and when people cross those boundaries, it hurts you inside, or you allowed them to. So this kept you stuck in your thoughts, kept you thinking, like, these are examples: I'm not good enough, why can't someone love me, or just things, whatever thoughts it created that allowed you to stay stuck in a situation, stay stuck doing certain things, stay stuck dealing with a certain individual. And this is because you need to make a decision to heal. There was things that you refused to see about yourself, your life and situation and people, and you could have turned a blind eye to a person, these things, however it resonates for you. And by choosing to not take that blindfold off and see your own things in ways that you need to heal, not only other people for who they are and what they are and the reality of a situation or facts of a situation, caused you to, lack that self-confidence to know your worth. And when you know your worth, there's certain things you wouldn't deal with, because when you drop those boundaries and you're not focused on nurturing yourself and you're not open to new beginnings, it causes you stress and anxiety, you know um and you could be lacking that self-worth and value within you that you need to work on and heal. For others of you, it could be an image. If you struggle with issues of your body or how you look, or issues of relationships that didn't work out and you allowed that to knock your confidence down or your self-worth in some kind of way, you have to gain a new perspective on how you're looking at it. You attracted like-minded individuals who also in return lack those things. Even if you didn't realize that, they did. And when, but everybody acts differently on their insecurities and their lack of self-worth and those things. And these people or relationships and individuals were sent in for you to learn boundaries, for you to learn to nurture you, to focus on things. Some of you, it's to focus on your health, what you're eating. If you're not so happy with weight, and that's an example, okay, start putting a goal and plan into action to start cutting back on fried food or grease or whatever it is. And this is just an example. For every Taurus out there, their issue or how they feel about themselves or within themselves is going to be different. Focus on eating more vegetables, more salads, more fruits, do a workout regimen. And you're not going to see results right away. It takes time. That's just an example. But when you lack these boundaries and you're not focused on your self nurturing, you end up in stress and anxiety. you know Small message right here. Some of you could be stressed out about a mother, or mother is stressing you out. um Continue to stay focused and work on, stay focused at your work, whatever that is. I don't know, I was just seeing that small message. But back to the main message. Right now is a good time to work, stay focused and work, Taurus, and set a goal and plan. If it's something to do with your health, set that goal, and start out small and commit to doing that. If you say you're not dealing with something no more, say that and stand on that. Don't give in a little, or when you tell someone the next time something you're going to do this, well, when the next time comes, do that. And if that means a person doesn't deal with you, or they're gone out your life, they were not meant to be there. Because your lesson and what you're supposed to be working on is, can you set these boundaries and stick to them? Because when you don't, you end up feeling stuck and all in your head and keep thinking about things over and over. You keep thinking about how a person or something that happens over and over, because you're choosing not to heal from that situation and gain a new insight and perspective on how it happened to you. I meant for you instead of to you, because there was aspects within you that you chose not to heal or see errors in your own way. Even if someone else betrayed you, even if someone left you feeling defeated, that happened for a reason. If it was a lover and they left you feeling defeated, you continue to deal with them. Well, that's why you were stressed and anxiety. You could have did this and that person stabbed you in the back. Well, maybe you were overgiving. Maybe when you did this and that person didn't do this and that for you, and you shouldn't have been doing this and that anyway, because you get left feeling betrayed, back hurt. I meant back hurt. Maybe your back hurts. Betrayed, backstabbed, and feeling defeated at the end of the day, every single time, either with a certain individual or every relationship or every person you decide to give to. And that's because you do not set boundaries. If you do more for a person, lover, family, friend, foe, more than what they would do for you, or they wouldn't do for you the same if it was the same situation, you cannot bend on that. You cannot compromise your belief, your standard, your boundaries for that, because what happens in return when you do and they don't meet that expectation, you're left hurt. You're left feeling betrayed. You're left stressed out, because you don't see your own self-worth and value enough to mean what you say, to respect your own boundaries enough, to respect your body, your whatever it is enough to stick to that when it comes to lovers, when it comes to family, friends, whoever crosses those boundaries, whoever crossed you. And the main thing you can do right now is focus on healing your strength. Focus on, what it is that you need to find balance and peace in your life to balance out your emotions. Focus on new beginnings, focus on your money, focus on nurturing your body, your health, your wealth. All those things are far more important than what someone did or didn't do that's already happened. And you got to heal from that. You can't stay stuck in that. You cannot stay thinking about that, because it already happened. Look at it with a new perspective. What did I need to learn from that? Because if you don't learn it, lessons repeat themselves, sometimes with new faces. And at the end of the day, all these lessons are brought in when these relationships, family ships, friendships don't work out, to see how much you really love you, because you are more important than anyone else. And if everyone else is more important, you're putting that energy out there, or another person, that you feel you're not worth nothing. Why? Because you don't set these boundaries. Why? Because you overgive in a situation. Why? Because you do for others more than what they would do for you, instead of focusing on your goals, your abundance, your health, and not being even focused on a relationship or the past hurts, betrayals, the endings. It's moving forward for a peace of mind. Some of you could really be struggling with self-image, or worrying about, if you're with someone now, worrying about if they're going to leave you, or if they're going and messing with someone younger than you, or going off to start a family with someone else. That's a small message I see here as well. And again, you're focused on the wrong things. If you have to sit and wonder and question, it is best for you to pull your energy back and remain single. Others of you need to focus on your emotions. That's an aspect you need to heal. Have you truly healed from something in the past? Have you forgive? Have you let something go? And that's important. All right, let's see. What else for Taurus? Right now, you just need to focus on committing to yourself. committing to your goals, whether it's health, whether it's relationship, whether it's boundaries, whether it's nurturing and taking care of yourself more. Right now, should be your main focus. Not another person, not a lover, not a family member, not anything. If you're not fully well within your mental space and how you feel about you, you can't fully be there for another anyway. You can't fully give advice or love or, whatever it is, because you're still struggling with things, healing things within you that you need growth on. Some of you, it could be the vice of seeing a marriage counselor, a spiritual counselor, a regular counselor, whatever it is, putting in the work for that. Some of you would be good to do some kind of charity work. This might sound crazy, in a church. That's what I'm seeing for some of you. Just to, put it forward or something to make you feel good. Others, it is like an exercise regimen. Others of you, it is just working on nurturing and your goals and things. Whatever it is that is stressing you out and causing you anxiety, it is due to because you didn't stand your ground. You didn't set those boundaries. You didn't stick to them. You didn't nurture and love yourself enough more. You didn't take a new beginning when given the opportunity. You have every opportunity to leave a situation or set boundaries, say no, and take a new beginning and focus on self-nurturing, love, and money and your self-worth, and not allowing others to affect how you feel about you, allowing past hurts, betrayals, and endings to be done, and with forgiving them and understanding that it was just a lesson for several people. Because had you been in that, sorry, I dropped all my cards. Had you been in that self-loving, boundary and nurturing energy, right, you wouldn't have allowed certain things to go the way they did, which could have saved you the pain, hurt, heartbreak, betrayal, because you set boundaries. You seen bullshit when you seen it, or red flags, or people, friends, family, whatever. You were not easily fooled, and you wouldn't be in that regretful energy. All right, guys, my cards flew everywhere. If you get what I'm saying, it is going to be different for all of you. But when you have that self-love or nurturing and growth within you, you don't get left, you don't stress and worry about the things you're stressed and worried about now as much, because you've got maturity growth, you've got your nurturing, you've got boundaries, you have nothing to worry about when you're healed and you're fully in your power and you are committed to you. You don't got to worry about another person. You don't take on other people's boundaries. You don't hold on to the past. You accept the lessons, no regrets. You start healing, you start focusing, you start taking advice, those kind of things. And you're open to receive and grow. And you're not left in confusion. You're not left being an option. You're not left feeling like you're not important or you wasn't worth it. Those were just the wrong people. And you got to admit to yourself at the end of the day, maybe you did have some growing to do. Maybe you did have some insecurities you needed to work on that had nothing to do with that person, that relationship. And you really had no business, being in a relationship if there was that. Excuse me. What else for Taurus? Some of you need to heal an aspect in dealing with people who are sneaky, who tell half truths, who deal with you just to use you for what you got. They'll tell you one thing and go do another. Some of you, it is a relationship when dealing with a person that you feel stuck, or someone who keeps you trapped, that doesn't show a lot of emotions, can be harsh with their words, not very nurturing emotionally. And when you choose to stay stuck in a relationship, that can make you cold in return. You got to set your boundaries with anything and everyone. You want that opportunity or that commitment and relationship where there is nurturing given to each other. There's growth, there's stability, there's goals. It's not, it's not where someone feels stuck. It's not where there's someone's got to wonder what the next is doing. Where someone says hurtful things, those are just examples, but that could be the situation. What else for Taurus? What else for Taurus? Some of you gotta, you could be stressed out and worried about what someone else is or may be doing, being in a toxic relationship, allowing toxicity, addictions, impulsive sexual behavior to stress you out and keep you in to cause you anxiety when dealing with an individual, when the only thing that could have been offered in that relationship could be anything of an addictive behavior, that could be smoking, drinking, sex, anything. Some of you may be struggling with your own addictive behaviors or own toxicity, drinking, smoking, sex, or allow those things to interfere and distract you in your life. These type of people and things distract you from ascending to your higher self. Toxic things that you may put in your body or eat, negative energy of people around you, people dealing with other people who have addictions could be, or if they're in your life, allowing those people to stress you out. If it's not your problem, you got to learn to set boundaries with people like that. And if it's your own problem, you got to start working on that, seeking that professional help, putting in that work to that. But really, I'm just getting it's people you choose to deal with have toxic behaviors and patterns, or it's toxic relationships, and you just end up stressed out at the end of the day. And all these relationships and any people, if a person has a drinking problem, anything they do in excess, if they do illegal activity, if they're toxic to you, they make you get in your emotions, they stress you out, they bring you anxiety, they make you worry, liars, cons, whatever it is, you should not have them in your energy. That causes you to stress out, that causes you anxiety, that could be messing with your sleep. What else for Taurus? And some of you may give yourself all these excuses and reasons why not to put action towards that, why not to seek help, why not to go see a professional, why not to leave a person alone, why you got to help someone. All that is an illusion, and it's clouding your judgment and distracting you from committing to yourself. All these people are distracting you from committing to yourself so you can work on your self-love and nurturing and ascend to your higher purpose, your higher self, where there's growth, where there's maturity, where there's stability, where there's positivity, being surrounded by like-minded others, which blocks your movement forward. Because you don't say no to people, because you don't reject, because you refuse not to make a decision and heal, and allow people like this or an energy like that to come in and tell you half truths just to get something out of you, or lie to you, or to use you for what you have, to make sure they're happy, to give them what they want. And in return, you end up feeling left out by a person or people, or betrayed, because you chose not to go within and allow this person or this negativity, this toxicities, these addictions, or people with addictive behaviors and addictions in your energy. And you got to know when to leave something alone. You got to know when to turn your back on someone or something, even if it's hard, because it could affect you. You got to stay focused on your work, on your abundance, on your self-love, on your boundaries. And anyone who may jeopardize that, they got to go, even if it's a family member. That is still another human being. And if they're coming at you with toxic behavior, addictions, or any of that stuff, same thing. You got to protect yourself. You got to go within. And it's going to take some time for you to work on your goals. If it is a health thing, if it is a body image thing, you got to start putting in the work so you can start seeing results. You're not going to see them right away, but if you put in the work and you stay committed to it, you can get that desired outcome. If you put in the work and stay committed to yourself, nurturing and boundaries, eventually you will get that person who's going to give you that commitment. who is stable, who you can count on, who shows up when they're supposed to, who comes correct. But if you're willing to not have boundaries, settle for less, you're going to keep attracting people who will do that to you. You know, thinking before you act, not being so reckless, quick to jump in. I just heard Captain Sabaho. Taurus. I don't know why that was so random when I was saying not being quick to jump in a relationship with a person, or, you know, quick to be there for someone who's never been there for you, whatever it is. But in the midst of me about to say that, I heard quick to be Captain Sabaho. Oh, Lord. Anyways, you know, some of you need to cut off communication just because a person reaches out, whether it's family, friend, or lover. You do not have to respond, no matter what kind of story they give, or what they need, or where they have to go, or how they this, or this. No, because people are coming in to steal your abundance, you know, to rock your foundation in some kind of, people want to take from you, you know. And you got to stay focused. You got to protect your, whatever it is, your foundation. Because if that foundation is easily, what's the word I'm thinking about? If someone can easily get in any seep or crack in that foundation, it's going to crumble, you know. And you got to stay solid. You can't deal with people who are selfish. You can't deal with people who tell lies and, you know, who have hurt you, who talk to you crazy, or want to win at all costs. What else for Taurus? People who only see you as passion, you know, people who only want you when it comes to passion. They sure show up for that all the time, but, you know, maybe something else. You know, making sure you're not over giving what you're not receiving. There is a person or people you need to stop giving and receiving from, or giving to, I should say, because that person could be giving and receiving to others. Not allowing yourself to be breadcrumb because you refuse to leave a situation, or leave someone behind, or ghost someone. Some of you, is someone could have ghosted you to give and receive. They get what they want from you and then ghost you and go give and receive to someone else, and breadcrumb you, you know, and then come back in for passion. That's just scenario, or it could be the real deal. Dealing with immature energies, knights, flirtatious energy, the I love you, the bombings, I'm sorry, I want to be with you, or I'm gonna change, you know, all that, but still has yet to come in with the offer or show consistency. Putting the boundaries up to that, because it's not gonna change if you don't. A person will only do what you allow. And when you respect yourself enough, you'll stop saying no. You'll reject those offers, even if you're lonely, even if you're sex deprived. That's not going to allow you to settle for less or drop your boundaries for nothing or no one. Trusting your intuition, you know. Focusing on your peace and happiness and what makes you happy. And if that person don't make you happy, the next time they reach out and you want to deal with them, you say no. Why? Because you're just not happy. You just simply walk away or leave a person alone. They reach out, no response, no nothing. Some of you could have been dealing with someone who was keeping secrets from you. Someone who was controlling. Someone who is hard to change. But you got to start doing what makes you happy. And whoever ain't and what ain't, you got to quit sitting around waiting for someone to come in with something and offer something who has not yet. Start listening to your intuition more. Your intuition be trying to tell you every time there's a change trying to happen. And people want to, you know, you got to not take, someone might come back with an apology and try to take a leap of action towards you. And this person's going through karma. And this could have been, again, someone who held back or fit any of those things I just said. And you got to really think about this, you know, because you'll receive karma too while dealing with them, you know, and that could cause that anxiety, that feeling defeated because you gave and gave, or you took a person back, or you accepted an apology, or that family member, that friend, and you get nothing in return but left feeling defeated. And you've invested and invested, and you're not being invested to. You got to set boundaries against that. No more. No more. Okay, I'll be alone for the holidays. Okay. Hey, I won't be having sex with someone. Okay, so what? Oh, well, I'm putting me first. And those are just examples, Taurus. Some of you really need to restore your faith and hope and work on your insecurities and healing and choosing to heal and setting those boundaries and self-nurturing and focusing on your goals and what you eat and those things so you feel good inside, so you look good, where you're committing to yourself instead of trying to commit to someone or things or people who do not commit to you. You really got to have your guard up. Some of you could be worried about you invested in someone who took from you, something about taking from your house for some of you, a small message. You know, working with individuals who work well with you. Equal good team players. If you allow team players on your team who aren't team players, how do you think you're going to feel at the end, Taurus? You know, thinking before you speak, not taking quick actions towards individuals who are immature, who communicate on an immature level, who rush in and out, people who don't know how to express emotions, people who don't have goals, things in those type of, if you involve yourself with those kind of people or a person, you get that energy in return. They drain you. You can't build a foundation or a 10 of Pentacles or loyalty and stability, marriage and commitment with no Knight of Cups, with no Page of Cups, with no immature person, period. A person who can't communicate, don't want to have talks, or this, all those things. Or Taurus, this could be you. It is the wrong time to try to build a relationship or take someone back or keep dealing with someone when you got goals and things in mind, and you got to start taking action towards those goals and not allowing these distractions, family, friends, people, lovers to come in. If there's goals you need to work on that helps you feel better and more comfortable within your skin, you got to start doing that for you. And dating during that period or while you're working on you and your self-love is not a good idea. The universe really wants you to restore your faith and stick to your goals and commitments, commit to yourself, and start seeing people and things for what it is. Accepting defeat when something ended, accepting something didn't work out for a reason, getting over that heartbreak, healing, no longer being a third party or allowing people to put you in third parties, taking a break from dating and focus on self-love, not being so quick to take someone back or deal with someone over emotions or what someone says, not being easily fooled or manipulated. You know, dealing with the person could seem like too much. You could be feeling stuck, but deep, you already know what it is. You already know what you need to do. There's a cycle that needs to be closed out here. Confirmation. And yeah, it's going to hurt, or it did, or it does, or it will. But you got to gain a new perspective on it. Like, people have revealed their true colors to you, or a person has. You can't unsee it. And you know it's time to heal and stop fighting it and choose that decision to heal and be happy with that, because you will gain that peace of mind from this by leaving it alone, by this ending, by laying the burdens to rest, by loving you, by holding back from a person or people, because you'll no longer be manipulated. You'll no longer be stressed out and worried. You'll be able to grow. You'll take steps forward to finding that person that does give that, but you first have to heal those things within you in order to receive that. It's stepping into that energy and taking action, finding the strength to take action, to walk away from people and things that don't bring you peace, to walk away from those toxic relationships, obsessions, sex, all those things, people with addictive behavior or addictions, you know, walking away from feeling like you got to partake in partying with people and this and that to feel important. Or, you know, these are all examples, Taurus. It's recognizing your truth, living in your truth. Because when we choose to stay blind to something we already know, our person, we're putting a blindfold on, although and that's just not reality. It's foolish behavior. You got to accept truths. You receive the clarity and all the truth you need, and it's time to take a new opportunity, because these people or this person blocks your blessings, and it's time to bring justice and balance in your life, to balance out your emotions, to go for a new beginning. Because when you don't, you end up feeling like, like I said, betrayed, or the unexpected always happens, or dealing with a person, because we refuse to take action. We refuse to see people and things for what they were. And then something unexpected happens, and then you're hurt. You can't believe it. It's this and that, because you didn't hold back from an individual. You didn't find that strength and courage to walk away when you had the chance, or to leave a situation or a friend, family, or a lover who's already showed you their true colors. That's surrendering, accepting endings so you can change. It would be best right now, if this video resonates, to remain single for a little while and focus on your abundance, your goals, your self-nurturing, and your goals and your self-image, and how you feel about you and things that you need to mature and grow on, and blocking certain people, literally blocking, standing up for what you believe, setting them boundaries and sticking to them, speaking your truth and standing by it. Don't just say it, mean it, because then people can respect you and more and take you more serious. It's time to choose a new beginning and leave someone, something behind. And if you don't, something's going to happen eventually, if it hasn't already, that's going to cause you to walk away. You know what I mean? What else for Taurus? And when you deal with this certain person or individuals in that energy, it has you wishy-washy. It has your emotions offset, because you're dealing with the wrong person. And when you choose to be wise and accept clarity and move forward and heal and gain enough wisdom to wait on the right person, or work on you until you're fully confident and secure with you, and have enough faith and belief that that right connection does exist and you will get it once you do the work, and no longer giving yourself or your body to anyone and anything who's not stable, who's not positive, who doesn't have addictions, who's not based upon sex. And you gave your body enough time to heal and not deal with anyone and work on, then you can attract that in return. And it's time to move forward. Not allowing your emotions to keep you trapped, or holding on to an individual you don't need to hold on to, or people, family, toxic family, friends, lovers who have addictive behaviors or addictions and these things. So, you hold on. Well, it was this person, so I love this person. I gotta do this. Or, and that's just examples. But that's what I got for you guys. Like, share, subscribe.